So this video is going to be about Empire Records. Empire Records is a distribution label, and a lot of musicians that have distribution deals with Empire Records have died. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how all of their deaths are scripted. So as you guys can see, Empire and deaths both equal 33 in gematria in the same cipher. So this is why a lot of artists that are signed to Empire Records have died, because there's a lot of death gematria with Empire. So moving along, Empire equals 25 and death equals 25. So again, this is another big connection as to why a lot of musicians that are signed to Empire Records have died. And keep in mind that they're all death fakers. You know, none of the musicians that were signed to Empire Records have actually died. They were all just characters for the world stage. And I'm going to decode all of their deaths in this video. And I noticed that Empire and Fakery have the same gematria. So Empire and Fakery both equal 66, 96, and 33. And also Empire and Corona have the same exact gematria as well, because Corona is a Spanish word for crown, and crowns are put on kings and queens, and kings and queens are associated with an empire, right? So that's why this record label is called Empire. And this is why PNB Rock is connected to Empire and Queen Elizabeth, because if you guys remember, I made a video talking about all of the connections between PNB Rock and Queen Elizabeth, and I showed all of their predictive programming. Because there was a death hoax article that came out in December 2019, and they said that PNB Rock was shot and killed, but obviously it wasn't true. And PNB Rock responded to these claims on Twitter, and he said, "I ain't dead, I'm big up." And in my PNB Rock video, I was talking about how this is predictive programming. So if you guys want to watch my in-depth breakdown about that, go check out this video. The link's in the description below. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about most of the death fakers that were signed to Empire Records. So here's the list of all the death fakers that were signed to Empire Records. And this list is not in order. I just put all of the death fakers right here so you guys can see how many there is. So here's the list: Mo, Young Dolph, King Von, PNB Rock, XXXTentacion, Aaliyah, Draco the Ruler, Slim 400, DJ K-Slay, Mac Dre, Sad Frosty, and J Dilla. So all of these characters were signed to Empire Records and they faked their death. And I'm going to decode most of them. You know, I'm not going to talk about all of them in depth because this video would be way too long. But I'm going to show you guys a lot of connections with these characters because a lot of them are extremely connected. And now I can see why, because they were all signed to the same label. So the first connection with 4 of these characters is the fact that 4 of them died in November. So Mac Dre died November 1st. King Von died November 6th. Mo died in November 11th. Young Dolph died November 17th. So that's a big connection, you know, the fact that all 4 of these rappers faked their death in November. And then there was 2 rappers that died in December. So Slim 400 died December 8th, and Draco the Ruler died December 19th. So this one was strange to me because I made videos about both of them, and I thought it was weird that they were both signed to Empire and they both faked their death 11 days apart from each other. So now let's talk about the guy that owns Empire Records, because his name is heavily scripted with all of them. So his name is Ghazi Shami, and Ghazi Shami equals 56 in the same cipher as Society of Jesus. And his last name Shami equals 138, just like American Rapper equals 138. So this explains why he signs a lot of American rappers and a lot of them end up dying, because death equals 38 as well. So Ghazi Shami, the guy that owns Empire Records, his birthday is on July 24th, and Deadly equals 24. Alright, so now let's talk about Young Dolph's death, because his death was heavily scripted and very connected to Empire Records. So as you guys know, I made 2 videos about Young Dolph. Make sure you guys go check them out if you haven't. The links are in the description below. And I talked about most of his characters in this video, but I will be making another video on Young Dolph soon because I actually found his oldest character. So I'm going to decode his death a little bit deeper soon when I make another video about him, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, his real name is Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. And that's very interesting because there's another Adolph that we know in history that also faked his death. So I find it very interesting that Young Dolph was named after this death faker. And I will make a video about the German Adolf on my Patreon soon. So make sure you guys subscribe to my Patreon. The link's in the description below. But anyways, moving along. Adolf and Death both equal 25 in the same cipher. And Empire equals 25 as well. And Young Dolph's last name is Thornton. And Thornton equals 38, just like murder. And then Young Dolph's middle name is Robert. And Robert, Ghazi, and Masonry all equal 33 in the same cipher. And Young Dolph faked his death November 17th. Kill equals 17. And Ghazi equals 17. So this really shows how connected Ghazi is to all of these death fakers that are signed to his label. Right here, Ghazi Shami's name matches up with Society of Jesus, XXXTentacion, and Young Dolph because they all equal 56 in the same cipher. So Young Dolph had a group of rappers, and this group was also signed to Empire Records, and this group is called Paper Route Entertainment, which is PRE for short. And I bring this up because Young Dolph's friend Key Glock is a part of that group, and his other character is Chingy. So make sure you guys go check out Divine Sade's video about that. The link is in the description below. And this is a major connection because Chingy and Empire have the exact same gematria. They both equal 66, 39, and 96. So he's heavily connected to Empire because his other character is Key Glock. And Key Glock was a part of Young Dolph's rap group, PRE, who is signed to Empire Records. So PRE, J Dilla, and Slim 400 are all signed to Empire Records, and they all equal 21 in the same cipher as deaths. So this shows that all of these characters were scripted to die. And as you guys know, I made a video about Slim 400 9 months ago. The link to this video is in the description. I showed a lot of predictive programming in this video because Slim 400 and Young Dolph had a song together before they died, and it was called Shake Back. And the cover of the song was a tombstone that said Slim 400 and Young Dolph, and then shortly after they ended up dying. So there was a lot of predictive programming with both of those characters. And Slim 400 is very scripted. So Kill and Slim both equal 17 and 28 in the same ciphers. And Aaliyah and Slim 400 both equal 57 in the same cipher. And the reason they have the same gematria is because they were both signed to Empire Records. Just like XXXTentacion and Slim 400, they both equal 593 because they were both signed to the same record label. So this shows that all of the characters that are signed to the same label all match up in gematria. Deaths and Empire both equal 33, and Slim 400 faked his death at 33, and Masonry is also 33 as well. So now let's move on to King Von and all of his scripting and all the connections that he had to Empire. So as you guys know, I made 2 videos about him. The links are in the description below. So King Von equals 856, and Empire Distribution equals 856, and King Von equals 24, and Empire equals 24. And then King Von's full name, which is Devon Daquan Bennett, equals 96, and Empire is also 96. So King Von's name is very connected to Empire because, like I said earlier, kings have an empire, so that's why King Von was signed to Empire. And now let's get a little bit deeper with this because I noticed Empire and Martin Luther King have the same gematria, and I'm not surprised because the word king is in Martin Luther King's name, and like I just said, kings are associated with empires, so that's why ML King matches up with Empire. And the deep connection here is the fact that King Von spent most of his life in Parkway Gardens, also known as O Block, and O Block is located at the corner of 64th and Martin Luther King Drive on the south side of Chicago. So this is a huge connection because King Von is signed to Empire Records, and Empire is connected to ML King in gematria, and King Von spent most of his life on Martin Luther King Drive. And I talked about this in my FBG Duck video, so make sure you guys check that out. And I went really in detail about this connection in this video because Carmelo Anthony is FBG Duck, and Carmelo Anthony's base character is Martin Luther King. So that means Martin Luther King is Carmelo Anthony and FBG Duck's base character. And FBG Duck had beef with King Von, and now it makes sense why they're all connected because King Von grew up on Martin Luther King Drive. So now let's talk about Aaliyah and her connection to Martin Luther King. because Aaliyah is also signed to Empire Records. So Divine Sade has a really good video about Aaliyah. Make sure you guys go check that out. I will be making my own version of this video as well. So Martin Luther King Day is on January 16th, and Aaliyah's birthday is January 16th, and the simplest numerology of her birthday is 34, and fake death equals 34, and murder equals 34 as well. And the numerology of her birthday also equals 96, and empire equals 96. So now let's talk about Mo, or Mo3, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Murder equals 83, and Mo equals 83 as well. So this explains why he faked his death, because his name was completely scripted, and his real name is Melvin Abdul Noble Jr., which equals 74, just like killing equals 74. And his first name Melvin equals 33, and Empire equals 33, and again he was signed to Empire Records. And his last name Noble equals 21, and Deaths equals 21, and Jesuit equals 21 as well. And by the way, I will be making a more detailed video about Mo3, because I haven't made a video about him yet on this channel. So stay tuned for that, because I found his base character, and I'm going to decode his entire death because it was very scripted. So the next character that was signed to Empire Records is Sad Frosty, and he died on January 14th, and dead equals 14 in 2 ciphers, and Sad Frosty equals 33, and Empire equals 33, and Masonry is also 33 as well, and Sad Frosty equals 39, and Empire equals 39. So the next character we're going to talk about is Draco the Ruler, and I have a really good video about him already, because his base character is the Dream, so go check out my video about him. So Draco the Ruler equals 71 in the same cipher as the Society of Jesus, and Kill equals 17 as well, and 17 is just a reverse of 71. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. You know, I didn't really want to go too in detail about every single character, because this video would be so long if I broke down every single one in one video. So what I'm going to do is make individual videos about all the characters I mentioned in this video. You know, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know that all of the characters that are signed to Empire Records were all scripted to fake their death, and all of their names are scripted with Empire Records, so that's why they signed to them. And also, before I end the video, there's a lot of other rappers that are signed to Empire, like Lil Boosie, Haughton, and Mo3, so don't be shocked if another rapper that is signed to Empire Records ends up faking his death, because as you guys can see, Empire and Deaths both have the same exact gematria. So it's only a matter of time before another rapper from Empire fakes their death. And like I said, Mo3, Haughton, and Kendrick Lamar are other rappers that are signed to Empire Records. So there's a chance that they might fake their death. And also, last thing I want to mention is the fact that Empire Records is a independent record distribution label, which means that they're trying to give the impression that everyone signed to them is independent. But at the end of the day, that doesn't make them real. You know, I talked about that in my Young Dolph video. Celebrities try to seem real by saying they're independent and they're only signed to a distribution label. But at the end of the day, they're all scripted and they're all characters on the world stage. So don't let the quote-unquote independent rappers convince you that they're real, because none of them are real. They all have other characters and they're all scripted in gematria. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. You know, I had a lot of fun making this video. So I will be doing other videos similar to this with other record labels. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. The links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'm out.